Do you feel that there are a lot of guys who are trying to get to the point that you were at, where you were entertaining many women and you were having these indulgences?
I think so. I think
Even around your age group?
yeah. Even
Okay.
Unfortunately, I mean, I got a female client who is in her late 40s, and she goes on dating apps, and she's met guys around that age, and some of them still don't even want to settle down.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like, are these guys who have no kids, never been married, and they're like, I'm still not ready to settle down?
Yeah, that's right. No kids either.
Interesting.
I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But there's guys like that out there.
Yeah.
They still see it as, oh, I'm super young. Maybe because, you know, with men, they can procreate at a much later age. So they think, yeah, I don't need to settle down right now.
Do you know what I think a big part of it is? I think that, because most men struggle, especially today.
Yeah.
Most men do not get attention from women. Most men do not get dates from women. Most men don't have a level of optionality and abundance that maybe you would have had in your early 20s. And so I think for a lot of men who are like older, who are saying they're not ready to settle down, is they've never had that level of abundance, and they've only got to a point in life now because they've worked on themselves, maybe their career, maybe their confidence, intelligence, success, body as well. It's only later that they're now in the pool of men who have optionality. And so they're like, I just got here to this point where I'm attracting many different women, and I'm 39. I want to indulge in this. Whereas if you've had that since you were 21, you get into 28, 29, 30, you're like, yeah, cool. I know what that game is.
Yeah.
I've played in that arena. They've not had the chance to play in that arena until they're older. And so I think that's what that is. Because I agree, kind of, you hear that, you're like, guy, you're 45 and you still kind of want to play about. But actually what it is, it's, you've not had the chance to play about, because for many women, he just never qualified before to play the game. And now he does.
Why would it be important for him to play about anyway? Why do you think that is? Why is it guys tend to want to have a variety or sexual abundance?
I'll be honest, you have to talk to the maker. I don't know why he made us this way. I don't know why. And it seems to be very common amongst male mammals in wanting to quote unquote spread their seed. I think the masculine and feminine, they complement each other, but how they fulfill their individual purposes, while they're complements to each other, they're also adversarial. So the feminine seeks closeness and community. The masculine seeks direction and freedom. Freedom is very important for men, right? Or the masculine side, you know? And so I think a big reason why men want women, and men have always wanted, sexually, they've always wanted different women, but when it comes to intimacy, they generally just want one. And I mean intimacy, the emotional, spiritual, mental aspect. And I think, and this kind of talks about the journey, because I feel like I've been through that journey that you said, in terms of there was a point where I was just entertaining women because they were gorgeous, and then it got to a point I was like, this isn't for me. In that sense, it's actually not worth the squeeze anymore. I've done that. But because I think most men struggle with that, it's easy to look down and say, that's not right, once you've hit the top of the hill.
Right. I mean, I would never even say that to a guy really, but I do question, where is he at in his life to want to seek variety? I mean, I've got friends that, the same sort of thing, what you're saying there, we're the same age and they've been single for years and inactive. You got some guys, it's like, I'm happy being single, but they're active. Very different.
Yes.
But if you've been an inactive single man, I think after a while, you just start to think, does anyone desire me? Maybe start to become a bit desperate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then if they get to a point, because men tend to, the things that women find most desirable in men get over time. So like, I would definitely beg to differ. Like the 25-year-old you could not compete with the 35-year-old you in terms of attractiveness to women. You tell me.
No. 35-year-olds definitely more attractive.
Yeah, exactly. And so because men, if they're working in themselves, become more desirable to women as they get older, the threshold to reach that optionality. So if you have a guy who's been single but inactive, right? And the thing is, we know that for guys, it's not just one thing that makes them attractive to women. They have to grow in multiple areas. He can't just be confident, because if he doesn't look good, that's not going to help. He can't just look good, because if he's not ambitious or driven, that's not going to help. If he can't just be having a good career, because if you can't hold down a conversation, doesn't matter how much money you have, she's going to just use you for your money, and the desire isn't going to be genuine, right? So because there are so many different metrics men have to tick in order to be attractive to women, what I see happening, what I do believe happens a lot, is men will be making growth in all these certain areas and nothing will be happening. And it's like, I don't know if what I'm doing is working, but if they just keep at it, what will happen is they'll be doing this slowly, growing, and eventually they'll just do that in terms of the attention for women. It'll just hit a point where everything has raised to a point that now women are like, oh my gosh, this guy's a great catch. And he's like, whoa, I'm here. It's like, I've been inactive, single for years, and now I've got like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different women who all want my attention, who all want to spend time with me. And he's like, I'm going to entertain all of them because I've never had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'd like to ask for you as more experienced man in life is that for a man to get to this point where you're at, where you're like, that doesn't interest me anymore, etc. Does he have to go through it? Because I think for a lot of men, they get into this point, they go through it. They get to the point where they're dating many different women and casually, etc. And they realize looks isn't everything. I care about who she is. Emotional intelligence is important to me. The quality and substance has to be there. I can't just choose a woman because she's good looking. Can a man get to that point without indulging in the abundance? What do you think?
I think it might be a biased viewpoint, really. I'd only talk from my own experience.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, from my own experience, I would say, okay, I've been there. I know what I've experienced. That's cool. Now I'm on the next stage of my life.
Yes.
So if they haven't been there, I think the way society is right now, it's kind of pushed in that area that they talk quite heavily on body counts and stuff like that. And everybody's trying to see who's got the most, it's just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think in order to move on, you need to have certain experiences. It's like, in order for you to find real love, you need to go through some pain as well. To appreciate something really good.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
No, go on.
I remember when I thought I found love and it ended up being one of the worst relationships I had.
Wow.
But at the same time, it was probably one of the best.
Okay.
Because I learned so much things that I didn't want in a woman.
Right.
So much pain, and it helped me to grow so much. So, it's we all go through our little things which will help us to build our character to progress in life. And I don't feel there's a set template for everyone, but the more experience we have, the better we'll show up for our future partner.
Sure.
Really. Some people don't desire to have high body count.
True.
Some people don't.
Very true.
Just want to find the right person, and that is it.
Very,
I don't want to share my mind, my heart, my soul with any random person. And I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And when they find that person, that's it. You get some people, they both break their virginity with each other and stay with each other forever.
Very true.
It works.
Yeah. And those statistically, those ones actually tend to last the longest.
Nothing to compare against. Well, I've had this before. No.
Yeah.
You're just focusing on making it work.
Yes.
Even throughout the turbulence of the relationship. Yes. It's like, I need to make this work.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas now relationships are disposable, it's very different.
Yeah, especially my generation. It's very much, if something's broken, you throw it away and get a new one instead of, fixing this. When you talk about the relationship where you said it was the worst but the best and you learned a lot, how did you stop yourself from becoming jaded from the pain you suffered from that relationship? Because I think it's very easy for us as human beings, men and women, to have a very bad experience. And I think online, I think women are more vocally like this. I think it does happen with men, but I think women are more vocally. We have a bad experience with somebody, go, okay, cool. Well, because that happened, I'm never dating a Dominican again. Or like, I'm never dating a guy who's into fitness, or I'm never dating an actor again. So how did you let that pain grow in your maturity as opposed to it jading how you see the opposite sex?
Yeah. I think after the relationship, I just wanted some time by myself. I was like, I'm not in a rush to get in a new relationship. And I started to get interest from women. And I remember saying, do you know what? I really don't want to get in a relationship with anyone right now. And some of those women were like, it's fine. I'm not looking for a relationship. I just want to have some fun.
Lies.
I swear down.
No, I believe that they said that. I feel half the time I feel it's lies, but yeah, go on.
Right. And I found that quite surprising because I thought all women wanted to be in a relationship. That's what I understood in my head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, all right, why not? I mean, I like sex, so I guess that'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this isn't too bad. I can have sex without having to focus on any of the other drama in between. But at the same time, it got me to understand how other women think, realizing not all women think the same. There's certain traits that might be similar, but they all come from different backgrounds and they can teach you something else.
Yes.
And I think after my first experience after the breakup, I was like, I could do more of this.
How old were you at this point?
22.
Okay. Young buck.
Yeah. And it's weird because I guess when the more experience you have, the more confident you get.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like you start to just magnetically pull women without even trying anymore because of just the way you carry yourself. It's like, I can get any woman I want.
Yeah.
Very true. They just start flocking to you.
Very true.
This probably sounds really bad.
No, but you're right. And I think because most men are, even guys who are confident, most men are always on the lookout.
Yeah.
They're always, whenever there's social environment, they're always on the lookout. But then if you're that guy who's not, women go, why is he not on the lookout for women like me? Like, because it's always the case that, guys say all the time, when the second they get into a relationship, suddenly all the women like come out of the woodworks. And it's like, because you have that energy that you're not looking, and that's different to the majority of guys, and that makes them notice you, ironically.
Yeah.
Sod's law.
It's so weird. It is exactly that.
I hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.